Well, welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and as always, it's wonderful you can take the time to spend a bit of time with me here today. Now, again, I'm here in front of my late 2015 27-inch iMac. Quality is a little bit better because I plugged in one of my USB 1080p webcams, so hopefully that should work out fine. And we're here largely because of that. My 2004 eMac. Now, the sharp-eyed among you will have noticed that the eMac is currently sitting on its face. And if you're wondering why that is, the RAM is in. So we're going to be upgrading the eMac from the 1 gigabyte of RAM that is in there currently to its maximum of 2 gigabytes. And then we're going to see what we're going to do as an interim. I do intend at some point to open the whole thing up and put in a larger drive, probably an SSD. We'll see about what that size is. But I have so many projects going on right now that I don't really have the time to devote to that. So we'll get the RAM in, and then we'll see what we're going to do with the machine for now. And if you're interested in finding that out, please stay tuned. Okay, here's the bottom of the machine. Now, remember with this machine, genetically speaking, it is basically an iMac. It's an iMac G4 with a CRT. In common with iMacs, with the notable exception of the iMac G5, Apple really didn't think anyone would want to get inside the computer to do anything beyond the simple task of upgrading the RAM. So they did provide a door here. Oh, incidentally, you see this aluminum shielding here? That may be the first time that Apple actually put in aluminum that actually faced out to the computer. I may be wrong in that. All right. And here's our RAM. It's a little awkward to get to. All right, we've got two. When I got the machine, it had one 512 stick in there. And I found another 512 in the box of RAM. All right. And now, this is the awkward one. Made more awkward because I can't really see what I'm doing. No, that's at an angle. Okay, hang on. I got to get a light. Stay tuned. Yes, being able to see what you're doing does, in fact, help a great deal. All right. This PRAM battery has been working. Well, I'm going to have to ask you to stay tuned one more time while I go get a replacement PRAM battery. Might as well since I'm in here. Again, stay tuned. With these older machines, it of course makes sense to replace the PRAM battery, particularly these guys, because they can leak and cause great destruction. All right. So, new PRAM battery is installed. And now, for the 2 gigabyte of RAM. You're in there. You're in there. That's locked in. That's locked in. Okay. Here's something I wish Apple still did more of. Captive screws. How nice not to worry about where the screws are. Another thing I kind of wish they did more of today. Phillips screws. Okay, so what I need to do now is turn it so it's straight again, boot it up, and we'll see if this RAM is registering. Stay tuned. Okay, forgive the handheld here while we're booting up into Panther. This shouldn't be a terribly long clip, but let's have a look at about this Mac. Sorry for the CRT flicker. And we have our 2 gigabytes of DDR RAM. All right. So that was successful. Now, there are a number of things that I want to test on this machine. So I probably should have done this, started this handheld clip, but that's working. I will state for the record though, I have really been enjoying running Panther on this machine. It came to me with a clean install from the original recovery disks, and it's been really, really good. So I'm going to test a few things, but assuming it works, rather than my typical install Tiger for classic support, install Leopard for basically everything else, I think I'm going to try a Leopard Panther dual boot and keep this. All right, but like I said, we got to check a few things, so stay tuned. Well, okay, here we are back again. I've learned a lot of things. For one thing, I've learned the PPC App Store does run on Panther. A lot of the apps in there won't run on Panther, but it's pretty. There are definitely some that do, and you can go through and discover which ones would help. I was able to get to Macintosh Garden using good old Safari 1, although even that was a little tricky. And once there, I was able to get hold of ClassZilla. And unfortunately, we won't be having any more updates to ClassZilla. We hope it will continue to work in its limited way for a good long while. Okay. Now, here's something I discovered. We're opening up games here. I'm going to open up Full Tilt Space Cadet Pinball. And that starts a Mac OS 9 Classic opening up. When the first few times that I ran Classic on this machine, I got warnings about the QuickTime version being too old, and it recommended getting 6.3.
Runs best in 250.
Okay, we'll get this. You can see the colors changing there. So, with ClassZilla, I got to Macintosh Garden and downloaded 6.03, which is the last version that will, in fact, run. Now, I discovered with this, Full Tilt was unplayable at the rate we had going. With QuickTime 6.03 installed, it plays pretty well. Now, we'll start our, launch ball. Let's start the new game. Okay, now, one of the things I found, you could wait forever for a ball to actually appear. And as I was working with this, in kind of desperation, I clicked Help, Show Balloons. I never liked balloon help. But when I did that, bang, there's the ball. No help balloons, but the ball deploys, and it plays pretty decently now. It really was useless. Oops. That's what I get for looking away. Okay, here's another ball. Keep my fingers on the keyboard for the right buttons. So very, very playable with this. Not quite as good as running it on a machine with OS 8 or 9 natively, but like I say, it's playable. You can see it lagged there and there. Okay, I'm going to quit out of it now, and it changes you back to your proper color scheme. So yeah, very playable experience. Now, I've been thinking a lot about what to do here. Rather than my typical installation of Leopard and Tiger, I'm going to go with Leopard and Panther. Now, eventually, as I was saying earlier, when I've got time, I'll crack the machine open. I will put a much larger drive in there than the 80 gig that's there. All right, now, the first thing I've got to do here, I have plugged in a FireWire drive. It's a 512 gig drive. And in checking through good old Macintosh Garden, what would we do without Macintosh Garden? I discovered a version of Carbon Copy Cloner that will work. It looks very different. As you can see, this does not look anything like what Carbon Copy Cloner looks like today. But Macintosh hard drive to data FireWire. Preferences. Make bootable, yes. Okay, advanced settings. Okay. I didn't change anything, so it didn't want me to do that. Okay, encrypt disk image. ASR options. All right, is there anything on this disk? No, it's a blank disk. Okay, so we should be fine then. All right. All right, and now we can clone. And I will need to boot it up into this just to ensure that this is bootable. So it's going to take a while, of course, so stay tuned. Well, it took 50 plus minutes. But it did it. Now, back in the day, I used to use Carbon Copy Cloner all the time. It was my backup solution, since prior to Leopard, there was no built-in backup with Time Machine. Now, I just want to check here. Yes, it's showing 10.3.9 in 2 places. Okay, so what I am going to do is restart the machine, get to the bootloader, and ensure that this backup actually is bootable. I have no real reason to doubt it, but back in the day when I used this very version, I don't think I ever actually tried to boot into the backup. It was just there, you restore files if necessary, etc. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, well here we are. Let's select Data FireWire and see if it boots. So far, so good. This machine only has FireWire 400, so it's going to be on the slowish side. But no, it's going pretty quickly. Very quickly, actually. Looks good. All right, about this Mac. Oh, it doesn't tell us, this version doesn't tell us the startup disk, does it? There's more info. It's a system profiler. No, it doesn't tell us. How about that? I'm just so used to looking in the about this Mac and seeing what the boot drive is, but the fact that Data Firewire has ended up there speaks well. Okay, next step. Giving a second. Huh. I wonder. Okay, I plugged in my drive of installers, but I'm kind of suspecting that the two FireWire ports on here are on one bus, which does not have the juice to power two separate drives. So I'm just going to shut it down. Now the plan here will be to use the FireWire installer to install Leopard. Hello? Shut down? It's hung up because of that drive. Anyway, I'm going to install Leopard and use the Leopard installer to partition the disk, which will of course destroy the existing installation of Panther, on which I worked so hard. So I will very simply then clone back the Panther installation. But yeah, I'm sure that's why it's hanging up. Okay, I'm going to force it off and we will get into the Leopard installer. Stay tuned. Well, for whatever reason, the Leopard installer is not showing up. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way with the DVD. Stay tuned. Okay, we booted up just fine. We're going to have to recreate those installers. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, so we're going to go into Utilities, Disk Utility. And I can hear that DVD drive spinning up. Glad to know it works. I think this is the first time I've actually used it. All right. Okay. First thing we're going to do is erase it. I don't know why I'm bothering. Okay. Oh, it gave it the name Untitled. How nice. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. Okay, so we're going to partition. Now, what have we got? Say about 50 gig? 24.41. Yeah, I think that's probably going to work. I don't think I'm going to be putting a whole lot more applications onto Panther. So we're going to call this Panther. And then this will be Leopard. Why can't I rename that? Okay. All right. So we're going to go to a partition scheme, 2 partitions. Untitled 1 now. Okay. And that's going to be 50 gig. Leaving untitled 2. Okay, and we'll apply. Okay, then we can quit out of disk utility and continue with our installation. Agree. Installing on Leopard. It's going to be a clean install. Now we'll customize. All right. We don't need language translations. We don't need additional fonts. Printer drivers. Just in case we'll install the Hewlett-Packard. No. Also the Lexmark drivers. I've got a Hewlett-Packard printer, but it's just not in there, and that's pretty big. Okay, so I think we're good. Okay, installing off the DVD, this is going to take a while. So, stay tuned. All right, here we go. The installation is finished. And we should be booting up off the hard drive. By the way, I figured out, oh, we're waiting, what I did wrong. I had made 2 SSDs with multiple installers. I grabbed the old one, which had some problems, rather than the most recent one that I know works fine. Oh dear. Well, anyway. Okay. And we should be coming up to a welcome video. Nice chance to hear these speakers. I put the Leopard welcome video up several times, never had a problem. Only the Panther. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, this looks beautiful. The Aurora background always looked great. Kind of like the music in the Tiger video, maybe a little better. But why did Apple give up on that? Okay. All right. No point in doing the Apple ID now. I just wanted to show this, then we'll get out of here. And I've done this a couple times recently. Command quit. And you can skip the registration. There's no point in doing that. Okay, so I'll finish filling this out, and we'll see you next when we're on the desktop. Stay tuned. Okay, and here we are on the desktop, and I'm going to have to do the software updates, of course, since this is installed 10.5.1. And fortunately, unlike Panther, these are all still available by clicking software update. Leopard was a great operating system. It set the stage for what macOS was going to become. All right, so I will take care of all of this, so please stay tuned. Okay, success. It took a while. The updates come in 3 installments. The first one is the 10.5.8 combo, along with the iTunes. Then there's a Safari along with Java. And then finally there's a Java, which blessedly you don't have to restart. First two you do. So that all took a while. All right, now since then, I have connected to the network file server and connected the FireWire drive on which I cloned the Panther installation. Now I connected to the network drive simply because I wanted Carbon Copy Cloner, which would have what now obviously the older version that will run on Panther is fine. But I would have had to boot back into the FireWire drive, clone it over. I mean, it's just an extra step. So, source, data FireWire, destination, Panther HDD. Now, that's completely blank. Well, we'll just delete everything. And you can see, if you're familiar with using Carbon Copy Cloner, you'll see this is more like what it looks like today. Okay. All right. So let's clone. And I should have to authenticate. And off we go. Okay, now this, again, is going to take a while. Probably not as long as the older version took on Panther. But we will need to get this done, then reboot into Panther before we can wrap up this video. Please stay tuned. All right, the backup task has completed successfully in 26 minutes, making it a good 25 minutes, I think, faster than the Panther version of the application. All right. Now we can eject the network drive and eject the FireWire drive. Okay. Unplug FireWire. And let's go down here to System Preferences. Startup disk. Every version of the OS puts startup disk in a different place. In fact, everything's always different. Wouldn't it be nice if it could stay reasonably consistent in System Preferences? Well, because I always find myself, I go from OS version to OS version to OS version, and I'm always having to hunt around to find what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's restart this machine. When next we're together, we should be on the Panther desktop again. Stay tuned. Okay, and here we are. Now just to verify, oh, that's right, it won't tell you. But it does tell you that we're in version 10.3.9. It doesn't say what the startup disk is. I am so used to that. But it doesn't matter. It's obviously Panther, not Leopard. It can't be the FireWire drive because it's unplugged now. All right. So this is where we started, and you've seen a lot of what I've done here on Panther. I'm glad that I salvaged this. One thing I do want to take a quick look at here, get info. Oh, that's on the Leopard drive. So yeah, we've got 42 gigabytes available. That's good, because it's a clean install. There are going to be applications, of course. And this is more what I really wanted to look at. Okay. It's this is actually very good. 24.28 gig with 14 available, and I've got room to put data, possibly more applications and things, without going too close to the edge there. That's a good thing. All right, now the next thing that we're going to end up doing here, I'm going to have to spend a fair amount of time setting up this clean install of Leopard. I needed to do a clean install. there was no way that I was going to be able to clone an existing installation because they can get so big, and I have to be a little careful because the sizes are different here. So I am anticipating at least 2 more videos on this machine. One in a while, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Once I've got the Leopard installation set up and showing how it behaves on Leopard, it should behave very, very well. So there's that video, and then another one where I will, and I can't swear to when this is going to be, but I will in fact crack the machine open, and we will be putting a much bigger drive in there. Probably getting Tiger in there. The more I think of it, if you've got Leopard available, why do you really need Tiger? Oh well. In any event, be good to other people who need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. Everything has to start with all of us being good to ourselves. We can make the world a better place. It is not yet, so please take very, very good and careful care. Oh, so we've got those videos coming up on this machine. I've got a lot of projects cooking right now, which is why I'm not taking the time to crack this open just yet. But until any and all of those things become available on the channel, this has been Broken Electronics.